Hi, everybody. Hi, everybody. I hope you can see me and hear me well. Hi, hi, everybody. That's nice. So I was so excited to see that the too many people have joined before the time, and that's nice. So we will just wait for 1 or 2 minutes to see that how many people are joining in. If your friends haven't joined yet, ask them to join in. And yes, so this is one of the most awaiting webinar, and it's going to be an amazing for all of you who are like thinking to plan their career in a data analyst. That's nice, that's nice. So even I'm also very excited, guys, to start this particular webinar. So first of all, to check up my technicalities with everybody, guys, can you just give me a thumbs up in the comment section if you can hear me and see me well? Just yes, so that accordingly I can take forward. Yep. Everybody, can you just comment down and tell me that can you hear me well properly? All right. Hi guys. Can you just comment down and let me know if you can see me or hear me well? I'm just waiting for your responses, guys. Oh my god. So we will wait for 1 or 2 minutes so that everybody can join on time. I guess the 6 p.m. is going to start. Like it's about to touch 6 p.m. in just 2 minutes. Yeah, that's nice. People can hear me and see me well. I have got a response now. That's perfect. That's perfect. All right, guys. So I'm very excited that you are here, and this is like I want to tell you all that we do this webinar every single week, and now we have made it a bi-weekly as well. So yes, in this coding invaders, you can join us for the webinar every like bi-weekly, and you will be able to get it the amazing guest on our webinar so that you can ask the questions directly. Okay, that's nice. So moving ahead, so I just wanted to know you all that from where you guys are. Are you from different cities? Like you must be from Hyderabad, Bangalore. Just wanted to see and curious to know that from where you guys are, so that accordingly I can get to understand that where the people are more for the webinar, and I can see because basically I am from Varanasi, Uttar Pradesh, and I want to see you all that from where you guys belongs, so that accordingly I can understand you well. Because a lot of things I wanted to know about you all, so that I can accordingly drive the webinars. Yep. So a lot of people are from okay, Chennai, Hyderabad, Bangalore, Pune. That's nice. Okay, okay, Gujarat, Patna. That's nice. That's nice. Wow, I'm very happy. Wow, that's nice. Moving ahead, so these are the cities where the majority of the people are from these cities. That's nice. That's nice. So Bangalore, New Delhi, Hyderabad, Jaipur, and Chennai, where I can see the maximum people are joining in. All right, all right, all right. So guys, so as I am moving ahead with this particular webinar, and I want to tell you all that this is me. I am a career consultant, and I have helped more than 237 plus people with very specific digit to find a job in a data analyst, guys. Okay, and I have a total 5 years of experience in that tech, and I'll tell you exactly that how you can start your IT career and how you can transform your journey and get into high paying jobs. But as always, we have brought an amazing guest with us, and the guest is from Microsoft, and I'm very excited that she's here on the call, and we are very glad that she had time for us, and we can ask a lot of questions to her, and we can also dream to go into the man companies as well. So yes, so as per your request, guys, we have bought all the guests who will be here. You can ask directly all the questions, even it's a silly or whatever it is, so we can discuss accordingly. Okay. So moving ahead, as I can see, people are quite very excited, commenting about the places and everything, right? So now, to understand that why you came into this webinar, I wanted to understand what exactly what exactly the reason you joined in the webinar. Like, you just here to listen with no goals, or you like you wanted to study and look for the courses, or like you are just already studying and trying to expand your horizon. You can comment down one, two, or three, whatever the options you have. If you are the person who just came here to listen, you can just comment one. If you're a person who are just here to study and looking for the courses, and you can comment down two. Or if you're a person who are just uh, already studying and wanted to expand or get more expertise, then you can comment down three. So I'll be get to understand that what sort of audience we have, and on that basis we will be taking the webinar ahead. Okay, so I can see clearly that a lot of people who are commenting. So I can see a lot of people who are commenting. I can see that the people who are looking for a courses to study, and few people who are already studying want to get an expertise. So I can make sure, guys, that you will be having a very very good time over here. So I'll be making this time very valuable for you by putting up all the questions to the guest. All right. So I can see a lot of people are still saying two, 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 and a few of them are just two here. That's nice. Thanks for being honest, guys. Thanks for being honest. That's nice. Okay. So moving ahead, let's take a moment and praise your efforts to change your career and life. So I'm very happy that in the weekend itself we are giving a time and for this particular webinar and moving ahead. Okay. So I'll tell you about the Coding Invaders. As you know, this is particular webinar is brought to you by the Coding Invaders. We're Coding Invaders. Our main mission is to transform the basic people from very scratch to an advanced level. What exactly our main aim is? Till now, you might have seen, you could have seen a lot of an organizations are only helping tech people. But what here we are doing is we are helping all the non-IT peoples to get into ITs for a high-paying jobs. So what we have done till now, so we have already trained more than 100 plus companies. They actually train their employees with us. We have already transformed more than 40,000 students' career, and we have a placement stats of more than 90%, and our students are actually into the 40 plus countries, and the salary hikes are even touching more than 300. It is definitely possible, and I'll give you a real life examples moving ahead. But this is a brief introduction about ourselves, and our mission is to transform everybody's life who is actually into non-IT and wanted into IT. So we are the perfect platform to help them with teaching the real in-demand skills to get into IT. All right, perfect. So I just wanted to ask you one simple question to everybody, guys. That that what sort of, whenever you see a data analyst or anything, so what sort of expectations you have when it comes to the advertisement of data analyst? When somebody, some of your friends who is a data analyst, what do you think that, do you, if you want to make more money, that's why you want to come into data analyst? Or if you wanted to just wanted to have some cool task and some self improvement or something? Or is this a reason that you are only looking for a remote job? Or is this something that you are fed up with your current work life balance and you want to get into IT? So what exactly the one you are like, what sort of a career you are expecting, the reason behind it? So I can see a lot of people are saying that I want to earn more money. Okay. And I can see that people, okay, a lot of people are saying that get into IT. Some people are so frustrated that they're writing the 444 many times. So Ashish is saying one, and Narendra Patra is saying one, two, and a lot others. That's nice. That's nice. Perfect enough. That's great. I got to know that the people are here is like wanted to make a hell lot of money in this particular profession. And yes, you are at the right platform. Yes, definitely you can do it. All right. So in the data analyst profession, you will get all these things. Even if you are looking for all of them, you will get all this in that particular data analyst profession. So stay tuned, and you will be able to get everything in this particular webinar. So now, as you have taken your time over here in this particular webinar, so we value your time. So what exactly we have brought you over here? So in this particular webinar, this webinar is going to be 1.5 hours long, And in this particular webinar, you will get a chance to win our premium 6-month DA course. And for that, you need to stay tuned till the end. And the one who will not be able to win will get a chance to a certificate of participation. And you will also get an access to the library of successful data analysts. And also you will getting an offer for the participant in this webinar itself, because this is 1.5 hour long webinar, and you have to stay till the end to get all these benefits. So yes, as every week we do these things, and every week we announce one lucky candidate who is asking a lot of questions, and we give them a premium course of 6 months for free with all the placement supports and everything. So you can be the one. If you can see the chat section, there's a link I have mentioned. You can just click and register your name over there. So once you will register, so you will be into this contest for sure. So what you need to do is, guys, in the comment section, if you can see the link in the Coding Invaders, there's a link mentioned. Please go and register over there and come back over here. You can see once you click over here, you will get the box like this, and you have to enter your details, because at the end of the webinar I will be shortlisting from the list, and you can see that everything will be in front of you. I'll be shortlisting people accordingly in front of you. So it's a chance where everybody is giving the whole course in a lakhs. It is a chance to earn this course for free. So don't miss it. Click in the link the given in the chat options. You will find this dialog options. Enter your emails and numbers, and right now in front of you at the end of the webinar we will show you the winner. You can be the one. Trust me, anybody can win it. And everybody who will not be able to win, they will be getting an offers as well, which is very lucrative and which is very, very good to go ahead. All right. So Krishna Mugari has said, even I don't have a technical knowledge, I want to learn coding. Don't worry, you have came here for the webinar, your problem will be solved. Just stay tuned, turn off all your notification and everything, and if possible, bring up your friends, join over here, and get your doubts cleared. Because what I do is, if I wanted to go into IT, I never ask my friends or do things that what to do and what not to do. It's better get a chance and get talk to the guests who are already working into the Microsoft or Google. Talk to them and get the reality check and join it. So we have done it for free. So this session is going to be an amazing for you guys. Ask all the questions. I mean, like, these things are getting for free. Please put up your questions and get the things clear. And I'll introduce you to the guest sooner. All right. So as I said, we have our guest, Ms. Shailja Mishra, and I'm very excited because I am highly inspired by our guest. So I'm very excited that now I have brought her over here, so she will be having a nice time with you all. So over to you, Shailja. You can introduce yourself, because I would be not be the right person to introduce you. So introduce yourself, and we'll moving ahead slide by slide. Thank you. Thank you for joining, Shailja. Please go ahead.
Sure, Amir. Thank you. Thank you for the quick introduction. Yeah, hello everyone. I am Shailja Mishra, and as you can see, I'm currently working as a data and applied scientist at Microsoft. So before that, I was working as a data engineer at Fractal. So yeah, I guess this line describes me very well, a woman who built a career in the IT. So yeah, here I am, the guest speaker for you all today. So feel free to ask any kind of question where you feel that I'm stuck or I'm not aware of, and don't hesitate that this question might be a lame question that I shouldn't ask or anything of that sort. So I'll be happy to answer and clear all your doubts here.
That's nice.
So
That's
yeah, maybe, uh, yeah.
all right. All right. So I have you got the introduction. So I'll give you more in fact details. So Shailja, can you just tell us that how exactly you have came into this particular job? Like, what exactly your graduation background, and how did you switch your career and you keep on changing? So can you tell me more about your journey from graduation to a job, different corporate, please?
For sure. So yeah, so I started my graduation in 2016. So I'm a computer science graduate, and
Mm-hmm.
I did my graduation from Banasteri Vidyapith, Jaipur.
Oh,
So in my initial college years, I would be very frankly saying you that I was not a very big coding enthusiast, and I had not decided that okay, I'll become a data engineer or a data scientist later in future and join Microsoft. So these things were very distant even in my thoughts at that time, because I did not had much. I would say frankly that I did not had much knowledge of these things. Firstly, first
mm-hmm.
and interest also. Maybe that was because of the lack of knowledge that which field is good for, what to study and what to learn for to go into these fields. But later in my third year, I would say third year end, I got a mentor at my college. So I would say that that was a kind of life changing experience for me. So she was the one who told me about this field, who made me familiarized with all of these data as a domain, what kind of role and domain it is, what we need to study to make a career in this.
Mm-hmm.
So then I started working and learning about this data as a domain. Started learning on the very basics of Python and all of these things. So then I found this field very interesting. So
Okay.
before that, I did not had much interest in which field should I go for. But once she showed me this part, then I started to learn these things, and I found it very interesting. And then
Mm-hmm.
I started preparing in terms of my preparation as well. That I was very firm that okay, I'm going to make my career in data domain now because I like it. So
All
after
right.
that, I was placed at Fractal. So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
my journey started at a company called Fractal Analytics,
Mm-hmm.
and I would say it was a very good foundation that I started with in terms of my career. So
All right.
there, I joined as a data engineer, and I've worked for nearly 2 years as a data engineer. So
Mm-hmm.
all of these skills which are required for a data person, and I've done a lot of work in terms of cross domain data
Mm-hmm.
engineering, data science, data analyst. So I've done all of these work at Fractal. Then after that, when I decided to switch, then I applied at multiple companies. I interviewed at a lot of companies from Microsoft, Amazon, Walmart, all of the fangum companies that we talk about, a large number of startups as well. And then I decided to switch my career into data science. So starting from data engineering, I moved into data science, and here I am. I joined Microsoft, and I'm data and applied scientist there.
All right. All right. That's really nice. So I just got one comment over here and I caught my attention. So I want to clarify it in between. Somebody was saying that, ma'am, you're from IT, so it will be easy for you to do it. But guys, let me tell you, let me complete my statement. So Shailja, I saw one interview with Nishant Cheher on YouTube, where you were saying that in first year and second year, or probably in the third, like first second year, you were enjoying your college life, and also you were saying right now that you were not much interested in these things. So, how much at that time, if I will come to your first year life and I'll ask you, Shailja, give me your ratings on the scale of 1 to 10 in coding, how much you would rate yourself when you are in the first or second year in coding?
Actually, that is a very nice question. I would say I would not even rate myself zero, one.
Oh
I
my.
was I was so I was not at all familiar with coding as a skill, and
Mhm.
secondly, even more than that, I was not very much interested into that. Even though I was doing
Okay.
engineering in computer science domain,
Mm-hmm.
so for the people who think that I come from a computer science domain, so it was easier for me. I
Mm-hmm.
would slightly disagree with that in that context. That I also started from scratch,
All right.
though I maybe I started it a bit early for the people I'm who are now planning for. I also
Mm-hmm.
started it from scratch, and I
All
would
right.
say a person starting from scratch with zero
Mm-hmm.
interest in knowledge, it's nearly equal to people who are coming from a different domain.
So, did you mean that if suppose in the first year, let's suppose if I could be your batchmate, and if to be guys, I'll tell you I'm a mechanical engineer by the way. So, if suppose I could be a batchmate, but I could be a mechanical engineer, I could also prepare simultaneously with you, and I can crack the jobs the way you cracked. Is it correct?
For sure, I can give you countable number of examples for the peers of mine who started from a different domain, started from a
Mm-hmm.
different stream. Even I can recall one of my in my previous company, I was working with a person who comes from a 15 years of experience of a different background. So
Wow.
the examples are numerous for the people who come from a different domain, starting from the scratch, and then sitting at the same position, same designation. So I don't think that that's a matter of concern, specifically in today's era. No, it's not.
All right. So we will be moving ahead with a lot other questions. But before that, Salja, I just wanted to understand that the whatever wherever you are right now, we really appreciate it, and we really a lot of people that dream to be at your position for sure. They have a dream, still they are working hard to get to the place where you are right now. So can you just tell me what exactly like the main basic thing that you have applied for yourself in your learning time? Like generally people keep on learning and upskilling themselves. So what exactly the main pointers that you have in your head to achieve this level? So can you just tell us to the audience that what exactly the rules, 5 rules of your success?
Sure, sure, Amit. So, out of everything that I believe in, the first and foremost thing that I literally believe and worship on that particular part is I always try to make a strong foundation of anything that I go and I want to make a career, I want to learn, I want to start something new, anything. And that would be my first foremost rule or mantra for my success, or suggestion, I would say, in a better way, that if you are planning to make a career, if you're planning to go for anything, if you're planning to learn something new, the first and foremost thing should be try to make a very, very good, strong hold on the foundations. Focus on basics. Why I tell
Mm-hmm.
you that is I've seen a lot of people who are trying to make a career and trying to learn a lot of things. I learned this also, I learned that also. I'll just go and make myself familiarized with all of the things so that I can get a good role at a good job at a good pay. But what we see in interviews is right that they, even if people who are like, I've made a lot of projects, I have worked a lot, but they are not able to answer some of the very, they think that these questions are very easy, but why was I not able to answer this very nicely? This is
All right.
something that I know, but I'm not able to answer it, I don't able to understand it. That is
Mhm.
because people don't focus on their foundations. And
All
this is a
right.
very true saying, right? As strong your foundation is, your building will be that stronger. So consider this as your like making of your career, that whatever you are learning, whatever you are aiming for, it is not only about
Mhm.
the job or anything. Try to focus on building a very strong foundation so that when you are interviewing for a company, right, you yourself are that confident that okay, I know this thing.
Okay.
Come and ask any question. I know this thing from the very depth. I'm just not learned that thing. I'm confident that I can tell you about that as well. That is the very first thing.
All
Second
right.
thing that I think mainly is the rule basically that I would say is
Mhm.
like I already mentioned, but I'll cover that also. That don't try to learn everything.
Mhm.
That okay, some person says me to learn this thing, I'll go to learn this thing and that and everything. Make your choices very compact, make your skill sets very compact, and then go for it. So make a targeted plan that I'll go for it by following this path. So make a design path for you,
All
make
right.
a fixed target for you, and then go for it. Don't run for everything. And
Mm.
yes,
Right.
carry yourself with the confidence that I can do that. If you lose this confidence, right, and if you're not able to boost yourself that I can do that, no one else
Mhm.
can make you that feel that confident. So you have to feel motivated no matter
Mhm.
what. If I say this to a lot of people that at a point of time I used to also used to think that. So one thing
Mhm.
that I would say is I can do that, everyone can do that. So
Exactly.
yeah, that is overall suggestion that I have for everyone here.
All right, guys. All right. So everybody having a lot of question that what is foundation and everything, guys. I'll come to that point. That what exactly the things will be included in the foundation part. But can you understand one thing? The way she said that foundation means like we have to just focus on the basics. There's not. This is to be very honest. What I've understood. Correct me if I'm wrong, Shailja. It is not a very rocket science where you need to scare about. You can strategically win this game if you are serious about it. All right, moving
Sure.
ahead. So now the one thing I wanted to ask you, Shelja, that regarding the money making thing, as you can see the polls, in the polls people are very much interested into money making thing. When like generally people think, okay, this is data analyst or this is data scientist, they're earning huge. So can you just tell me that what exactly was the main reason to choose the data analytics, looking at the future of demands, looking at the packages, and how easy it was? So can you just tell me that, like, what are the main 3 reasons that other should join for sure?
Sure, sure, sure. So, Amit, I would, for that, I think if we look back 2 years back, right, I think the very, very major reason that caused a boom in data domain was pandemic. So,
Right.
after pandemic, even smaller to bigger companies, everyone is now switching to cloud. The amount of data they are processing, if we ourselves, we can see that in our daily lives, everything is now digital. We are paying, we are learning, we are doing everything digitally. So that is the reason the amount of data that is getting generated every day is just increasing exponentially,
Wow.
and which is the reason why we see an exponential growth in terms of
Mhm.
the demand for people in data domain, and the number of job openings as a data analyst or a data engineer or a data scientist is
Mhm.
is increasing rapidly, and there is no end to that. Like it's it
Mhm.
there is a report also
Mm-hmm.
which says then it up like it. I see that the here itself that the
Mm-hmm.
number of jobs are going to be doubled at least till 2026. So if you think that now jobs are very much open, just assume what will happen till 2025 or 2026. So it's a never ending domain, and maybe
Mm-hmm.
that is one of the very big reason that people are now switching or to data domain and thinking of making a career in that. Talking about the job salary wise, right? So if we compare currently with what software engineers are getting with comparing with what different data people are getting, now
Mm-hmm.
the hike in terms of salary is
Mm-hmm.
also grown very very much. It's the simple rule of demand and supply. So that is the same thing. So the number of like the expectation in terms of salary is also increasing. The number of jobs are also increasing because the increase of the data size. So that is the reason now everyone is moving. And lastly, answering to your question, how easy it is. Frankly, if you ask me, that would be a very biased answer, maybe. But yeah, making a job in data domain currently because of the demand is easy. Maybe that would sound say very irrational to the people who are new to this domain, but as per my experience, I would say it's the best time to learn and grow and make a career in this field.
All right, all right. So I understood one thing from you is that, see, it is easy because the demand is more. So this is the right time to take it. If I'll delay it, for sure it will become tough. Right? All right.
Truly,
Got it.
truly.
Got it. So, guys, stop wasting time in researching and everything. You have an example over here where she herself saying everything. Like, I mean, she's working in Microsoft, and the example that we say, the Mang, and she herself saying because she's observing everything. And the words that is coming from her are literally very genuine. The way she's saying that you can also be the one if you will take the action on the right time. I'm really thankful for your honest answers, in spite of knowing that you have really worked hard for this. All right. So, and if I'll ask you one question, is that you are into this particular domain. So, in your college time, if I'll talk about from 2016 to till now, what do you see that this data analyst thing is just only a bubble, or it's gonna be a very stable and high paying future for sure? Like, people think that this is something like in my time, when I was joining the engineering, everybody was joining computer science. Everybody was joining, like the batches were like 30. Like, I joined engineering 2015. So, like, if there is a batch of mechanical engineers, 10 sections are there, then the computer science were having 30 or 50 batches are there. So just wanted to know from your end, compared to the engineering days and right now, do you think that it is a bubble, or it is a future and it's gonna be keep on going? Okay, do you have any comment on this?
I think it's totally not a bubble. I would say, Amit, data is everywhere,
Mm-hmm.
every field. We were talking about mechanical, right?
Mm-hmm.
EV is the future, right? Everywhere. Self-driving car is the new feature.
Mm-hmm.
What is the background behind that data? So it's not about computer science anymore. It is about mechanical. It's about automobile. It's about food. It's about biomedical. Everywhere, the demand for data and data people is increasing rapidly. So it's surely not a bubble. And since it's becoming so relevant in all of the domains, this shows the significance that if we go for like 4 to 6 years back, things were, like you said, were quite opposite. The
Mm-hmm.
demand was for software engineers, the people who are doing computer science and who are making proper coding, they are doing proper codes and are they building applications, building softwares and everything. That was the demand, that was the situation. But now it is not about building apps only or building
Mm-hmm.
these websites and all of these things. Like I said, everywhere from our normal Google search to our EV to our everywhere we have the people who are working on data domain. So this trend itself shows that it's not a bubble and it's gonna increase exponentially like anything in the near future.
All right. So I have one question to ask you. Is this something that the Indian organizations are facing a lack of skilled people in data analyst? Like, do they feel that we
Sure,
really
sure.
need the skilled people and they're not coming?
Right, very, very rightly pointed out this thing. So I talked about the demand and supply, right? Currently, the situation is demand is way too much and supply
Mm-hmm.
is lesser. Why is that? Even I'm not very like. Why are people not deciding to make a career in data as a domain? Or I would say, is there a lack of this mentorship or guidance that what you need to learn and what you need to do to make a career in this thing? But yeah, if I see what is the current trend, what I experience currently in the Indian market is the number of job openings are way too much, and the people and the number of actual candidates who are eligible to apply are lesser. So people
Mhm.
who my point here would be, why are not people going and deciding to make a career in this domain? I'm not very sure about that.
All right. So I have pretty much an idea that, and I would love to discuss this. I personally feel, and you would also agree, that the people having a lot of pre-assumptions in their head that whether this is my cup of tea or not. So we'll come to that point for sure. And as you can see in the comment sections, people are having the majority category of the questions they are having that can I become, can I do it, how much risk is involved. So people are hesitating in that. We'll come to that point for sure. But now just asking the hierarchy wise, salary wise, where people can get their answers. So as you can see that the career as a data analyst, there's a junior and middle and senior. Now need your comment in this, that once you will start our career, so how much the least we can earn. I'm sure the packages that I have written, which is 5 to 7 lakh, nowadays people are even touching starting with 10 lakh. I know, but we have taken the worst case scenario. So can you just give a comment that if I will join, what my designation will be in just 1 or 2 year, and after 2 year, how much my raise will be, how much salary will be, and I hope you got my question.
Sure, sure. So yeah, that is also one very good question, Amir. So now currently, if you join as a fresher, when I
Mhm.
say fresher, it's for the people who come from a different domain. It's for the people who are college freshers. So as a fresher, you actually were very kind enough to mention this range. I think it's on the very lower end, seeing the current trend of the market.
Mhm.
So when you join, it's basically a junior level, or I would
Mhm.
say it's called an associate level at good companies.
Mhm.
So when you are joining at that level, at 7 to 8 lakhs is something I would say it's on the very lower end that you can expect
Okay.
as in data domain when you're
That's
joining as a fresher. And when I say fresher, you are not expected to have a very good understanding of all the company wide, like at industry level projects and industry level experience, because you are just a fresher. You have experience in terms of knowledge, but you don't have hands on because you have not worked. So at
Mhm.
that level, you can expect at least 7 to 8 lakhs is something now companies are starting with,
Wow.
good companies and good startups.
Wow.
And later, when you go to the middle range and senior lanes, it's just an exponential increase.
All right, all right. If you want to know, guys, how exactly Shailja is nailing the industry, she is quite visible on internet with a lot of blogs. You will get to know how amazing she is making with a lot of things. So I will make it secret over here. But yes, I'm telling you that she is a great public figure where you would love to see her podcast and everything. So as you can see, she even said the digits which are more than my slides. So even we have taken the worst case of 5 to 7, but she's saying that people are starting with 7, 8, or 10 itself, guys. It's totally up to you how better you're doing. There's one thing I have observed which Shalja said, that how much hands-on experience you have. So what does it mean, Shalja, that people are less interested in degree, people are more interested in hands-on experience on certain tools? Am I correct?
Totally.
Oh my God. Okay, I think I need to switch my career now. All right, guys. Okay, so that's great. As you can see, there are a lot of professions with a lot of salary ranges there. So, as I am from a non-IT, I will be asking all the silly questions to you, as I can see in the comment sections. The first doubt I have always, I'm asking on the audience behalf, what is the difference between the data analyst and a data scientist?
That's actually a very common question, and like I
Mhm.
said, no question is silly, Amir. So yeah, starting with that, see, I would say if we consider this data domain as a ladder. So if I explain you in terms of a ladder, right? So let's say the very first stage is data analyst. Then we go to the second stage and we call it as a data engineer. And then we go to the third stage and we call it as a data scientist. The ladder is not a sequential ladder. Here, the ladder is different.
Mhm.
It is not necessary that you always have to take the same path.
Mhm.
Data analyst is considered as a different domain itself. Data engineering again is a different domain, and same is data scientist. But in
Mm-hmm.
terms of skill that one person has to learn and grow and have a hands on, in order to make good in industry and in order to enter into industry, the,
Mm-hmm.
the easiest way out as the first stage of that ladder is to gain good skills as a data analyst. Once you understand a work, answering to your question is the main difference I would say in the work of a data analyst and a data scientist is data analyst is involved in analyzing the data through various tools and texts. We can talk about that,
Mm-hmm.
but the agenda here is to analyze what data the company is processing. The data
All
is
right.
not at all a small data, we are dealing with big data. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, the work of a data analyst to understand what data we have and give the understanding to the next level.
All
That
right.
next level can be a data engineer, that can be a data scientist. The work of a data engineer or scientist, I would say in a combined form, is to get that data and then transform that data into valuable information. That data
Mm-hmm.
is just a data for us, it is not an information. So the work of a data scientist is to apply machine learning and AI algorithms on top of it to get a gist and predict a lot of things which are important for business using
Mm-hmm.
machine learning algorithms. But
All right.
until the data is being fetched and
Mm-hmm.
analyzed by data analysts, this ladder does not even start. So
All
that is
right.
the foundation I was talking about.
All right. Got it. Got it. Got it. Perfect. So there's a lot other varieties are there once we enter into it. Probably everybody generally start their career by entering into the data analyst thing, right? So we have to enter into data analyst profession, and then slowly, steadily, our variety and our promotions keeps on changing, and we get specialized into certain things. One last thing I wanted to ask you: what is the difference between the data analyst and the business analyst? People generally have a curiosity and understanding. Ki business analyst, what generally business analyst people do?
I would say these two professions are actually they have a very thin line of difference. I would say these are very much related. But if I want to tell you overall, the difference is in terms of if we talk in the name itself, the difference is hidden in the name itself.
Mm-hmm.
Data analyst, his main focus is on the data, and
Okay.
business analyst is a more of a PM kind of a role that
Mm-hmm.
who understand the business perspective of the data and is more involved with the customer in terms of what business is assigned with.
Mm-hmm.
So technicality wise, data analyst person, a person who is working as a data analyst is more involved in terms of working and coding and whatever in terms of
All
data.
right.
And a business and analyst is more involved in understanding the data, which will be good for a business perspective.
All right. Got it. Got it. I hope you got the answers, guys. Everybody. Like I know that a lot of questions were coming, so it was important to get these answers. I'm totally satisfied with what I got a reply from Shailja. It is very clear. Now, one thing I wanted to understand from your end, the very basic question. See, on internet, there's a lot of free materials are available, and there is some organizations who make the things very structured and authentics made with the expert and everything. All right. So, first of all, like, is it okay if, like, do you, how important it is if a person is from non-IT needs to take some courses so that his time could be saved, or he should prefer the free materials? How clear it is, like, I mean, the free materials can help me to get into the right position, or it will distract me from the point, or should I just go and take some courses and save my time and make my career like save my time, and things will be very structured? So what do you prefer? If I'll ask you the same question when you will be in the second year, which one you will prefer to save time? You will probably go for a structured programs or the courses, or you will go with the free materials? Just need your comments on that.
Sure, sure. I mean, I think the answer to this question, I cannot answer this question to be a generic thing. One
Mm-hmm.
thing that I wanted to mention is see, everyone's learning capabilities are very much different.
Mm-hmm.
Some people are very good in learning by their own, and some people need assistance. But
Mm-hmm.
if you ask Shailja 4 years back, Shailja, that
Mm-hmm.
what she would have chosen, one thing that I
Mm-hmm.
mentioned in my journey was I got one mentor. She guided me, she helped me to choose a career.
Mm-hmm.
So that is where I understand now. And when I interact with a lot of people who are struggling to make a career in data domain, the
Mm-hmm.
one big problem that I see is people don't have a focused preparation strategy and material available with them.
Mm-hmm.
So in that case, These structured courses are very, very much useful for the people who
Mhm.
have no idea what to do, where to learn from, what to do next, and
Mhm.
where to apply it. All of these questions, which everyone faces when they start their career. Even I was facing that few years back. So in that
Mhm.
case, going for a course will help you. I believe in this thing that why not use someone else's preparation or someone else's experience while
Mhm.
preparing? That can already help you a lot. So yes, these courses can be very well helpful for the people who are not self-learners kind of person, who cannot
Mhm.
rely on any kind
Understood.
of free material. Like I said, right, like a lot of people, even I, who did not go for any course for that
Mhm.
for matter, but I
Mhm.
totally believe in this thing that everyone is different in terms of learning capabilities. But at the end of the day, the goal is same. The goal is to get a good job. So if you're
Mhm.
getting a good assistance, go for
Mhm.
it.
But one thing I've observed that in our time, like back 2015 and 2016, there were not so edtech organizations involved into making us so the organized courses. Correct me if I'm wrong. There was not so much of involvement of the data analytics or data science thing. But once we started getting placed or completing the graduation, then we saw there's a huge upon like every people are now guiding and explaining the things. Right? Am I correct on this?
Totally, totally correct. The
Yeah.
trend has changed.
Exactly. So, guys, the only message which I'm trying to give you is that, as if you are from the non-IT, definitely it's better to get into the right place and learn the things, get the mentoring, and get the assistance, so that it saves your time and helps you to catapult yourself to the right position at the right time where you're exactly aiming for. All right, moving ahead, but I want to remind you all that we are still into the contest, guys. Everybody who is into this particular webinar, I would request you all to check the link in the chat option. Please go and participate, because in this particular contest, we are giving this particular data analyst 6 month premium courses for free. So if you're enjoying this particular thing, and if you really wanted to make your life like Shailja, the way she has worked hard and get his dream company, you can also get the one if you'll get the right mentoring, and that too for free. So you can just go and click on the link that I have mentioned into the chat, drop your comments, drop your emails and numbers, come back and join over here. I'm still waiting. The contest will be like ending in just 30-40 minutes probably. I'll announce the lucky winner for you all. And yes, I'm waiting. I'll just give 30 seconds more. Check out the chat sections, comment, go, click, and enter your details and come back for sure. Moving ahead, so now the most important thing, like from since the start of the webinar, we were talking about the foundations, a lot of things, and people are quite very concerned that what foundation, what exactly it is. Okay, the time comes. So what? First of all, let's discuss what sort of a soft skill it is required to get into this particular profession.
First and foremost thing, and that I also mentioned in my rules of success, is communication. What I feel is, at the end of the day, any person, if you are knowing a lot of things, but if you're not able to convey it to the interviewer or to the
Hmm.
concerned person, all of your information doesn't stand that useful. So at the end of the day, if you're able to communicate, and communication is not only about talking, communication is always a two-way process, and it automatically involves a certain sense of confidence in it.
Hmm.
So confidence and communication is the first and foremost soft skill that anyone who wants to make a career.
Hmm.
People, I hear a lot of people that who want to target all of these big companies, fandom companies, and all
Hmm.
not, and all not. But what, from my experience of interviewing with all of these big companies, what I've seen is
Hmm.
companies are not only looking for skills, companies are looking for attitude. Maybe skills you can learn, but the soft skills, the attitude in terms of communication and confidence, you carry that, you show that, and that's how you get selected in these kind of interviews. So the
All
very
right.
first soft skill I would say is
Mm-hmm.
communication. Then I see problem solving, critical thinking, and teamwork.
Mm-hmm.
As an engineer, what I understand is, even if you are coming from a different background, you have to solve business critical problem at the end of the day.
All right.
If you think that you are getting paid for this
Mm-hmm.
much amount from a good company, then you also can expect the amount of confidence the company holds in you, because they are
All right.
providing you with the business critical data and have faith that okay, you will come up with the expectations. So in that
All
context,
right.
you have to build a very good problem solving abilities. You can
Mm-hmm.
learn any language, you can learn any skill, but
Mm-hmm.
until you have that problem solving ability and critical thinking mindset, you
Mm-hmm.
cannot do anything. And the last
Right.
one, teamwork. You are planning to join a company comprising of thousands and lakhs of people. So you should know how to work with others. You are not going to work alone. You would have to be a very good team player. So these are all of these skills which no one talks about, but
Mm-hmm.
all of the company's interview process are very much inclined around these skills along with the technical skills that we have. So yeah, these are the few things that I think that are very, very important.
Got it. Got it. Perfect. Perfect. So these are the basic soft skills, guys, we require to get into data analyst profession. So one thing is very clear: there's a lot of things, like too many people out there who wanted to learn everything by themselves, but sometimes a good technical people generally get rejected because of the soft skill. So at the end, they also need some sort of a help with anybody to deal with this. In my college time also, and I'm sure the Shailja could have also observed few of their batchmates that they are technically so good, but we always find that they are quite very hesitant and not so confident about the soft skill. But the people who are not so good in technical but are very much in good soft skills, they are cracking the big packages. Am I correct? So yes.
Totally, totally. Many examples of that.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. So yeah, so soft skill is so much important, guys. You can, that's why I kept it in the first slide. Now coming to the harder skills. Now here over to you, Shalja, that basics, the foundation. Do we need to dream about the big tools, or these tools are sufficient to start and get into IT?
I think I'm totally in favor of not learning everything, but learning what is necessary. And I think I called that out earlier also, that always have a counted number of skills that you want to learn.
Mm-hmm.
Don't feel like that you need to learn everything
Mm-hmm.
in order to get a job. And I saw a lot of people asking this question, that what is foundation? What you see now in front of your screen is the foundation.
Mm-hmm.
For a data person, let me start with one thing: Python. Python is a language I think is the very, very basic foundation of every data person. The
Mm-hmm.
reasons for that is everything that you're doing currently in the market, every company from a startup to a big company, they are using Python in their current projects.
Mm-hmm.
So that is why every company is looking for the people who know Python.
Mm-hmm.
So that is one very important and basic skill that
Mm-hmm.
people should have. Second is SQL. I already told, right? We are dealing with very, very big data. So how
All
do
right.
we query that data? How do we process that data? How do we store that data? Here is where SQL comes into picture. Face
All
any
right.
interview from a startup to a fangum company, you will
Mm-hmm.
see multiple questions that are coming from SQL. So the expectation from companies on the second part after Python is the person should be very well versed with SQL as well.
All right.
Then we come to the statistics part. Any data person, it is not about what level of statistics you are knowing, because that depends upon the level that you are: associate level, middle level, senior level. But the data statistics is basically analyzing the data. So that is the reason this is one another very basic important factor that is expected from everyone, that you should understand statistics. Now,
Okay.
one thing that I want to call out, that a lot of people say that, ma'am, we are not from maths background, we are from non-IT background. How will we learn statistics? People compare statistics with typical mathematics.
Okay.
Just to break the bubble here, learning
Mm-hmm.
statistics for a data analyst or a data engineering position is not doing a PhD in mathematics. No, you have to have a good understanding or a medium level of understanding of what type of statistic concepts are being used in data domain, and I think that's good. It's not about you have to be a master's in mathematics. People, this is one thing that I've heard a lot, so I just wanted to call that out. And the fourth point here is Power BI. I think maybe not many people have heard of it, Power BI, Tableau, and all of these things. But yeah, just if someone asks me, I want to, if I give you one example, I have a very big data, and you are a
Mm-hmm.
client, you don't understand all of these Python codes and everything. I come to you and I show you that data, that these are 100 rows, these are 1 lakh columns. Do you understand the data? You'll be like, what are you showing me? Then I come to you, I show you a picture, I show you a bar graph, I show you a pie chart, I show a very good representation of the data. You will
Mm-hmm.
understand the data. Okay, this is where it is. So that is where these kinds of tool like Power BI and Tableau comes into picture, and they are very, very important. You have learned Python, you have learned SQL, you have learned statistics. But until you are able to represent your data using Power BI and Tableau tools to the
Mm-hmm.
client, all things goes into vain. So these are the four very basic foundational skills that a person who was aiming for a data domain must go for it.
All right. Got it. Got it. Perfect enough. So we have got the points that a lot of things that Shailja has covered by herself. That why I like the fact that the differentiation between the mathematics and the statistics and everything, guys. So yes, we understood the point. What are the hard skills that are required, specifically the Python, SQL, statistic, and Power BI. And to be very honest, data visualization is very much important. Okay, moving ahead, I have a few questions with you, Shailja, and then after just 2 or 3 minutes, we'll jump to the Q&A with the direct audience, and then we will definitely interact with everybody for sure. So we have a few minutes left with the Shailja. All right. So I just wanted to understand one thing, that like what exactly, if I'll talk about to increase your salary, or if I'll talk about making more money with this particular professions, working into the man companies, and like what are the things that you are doing actually to help, that is pushing you to grow and improve your salaries and packages? What sort of things that you are doing? Can you please tell us to the audience, like if you're already into this profession, still what you are doing?
I think one should never stop learning. I think I never did that, and I'm never planning to do that. It's
Okay.
not about getting to a place and then stopping doing that. There's always a
Mm-hmm.
place to go. If I'm at Microsoft, I'm planning to go for a good, better role, for a better
Mm-hmm.
learning.
Mm-hmm.
So my point here is the one formula of growing is to learn every day, and
Mm-hmm.
don't stop that okay, I got this job, so I'm done with that thing, and now I will not learn things, master it, learn more. That is an iterative process that goes on, and that is one thing that I do, and I've been doing and I plan to do. So that is one thing. And second thing is, in terms of like practicing part, learning and
Mm-hmm.
practicing, these two things go hand in hand. So
Mm-hmm.
I think if you're not able to practice what you have learned, and if you're not able to tell it to the other person on the other side, who
Mm-hmm.
can be your interviewer, who can be your client and everything,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
no use of that knowledge, right?
All
So
right.
practice communication, practice soft skill, practice hard skills, and make a combination so strong that no company can reject you.
All right. So we have understood one point, that still, correct me if I'm wrong, Shailja, that at this point also you are still upskilling yourself to achieve more, right? So it is very, very mandatory point for everybody that you should definitely think to start upskilling yourself, because learning, to be very honest, as a person never ends. And if you really want to grow, then for sure it should be continued. Moving ahead, so now just one similar question. So just one question, that if suppose I'm from a non-technical background and I wanted to into this IT domain. First, let's talk about the IT domain. Then how I should, like, there's a various thing. Is it really very easy or tough to get into IT job? For me, if suppose I am a non-technical background person, how I can make a job change? Like, do how exactly, what strategies I should use? Like, where should I find the vacancies? What sort of help, and how to, where I can get through LinkedIn or something? Do you have any comment, like for a people like me who is totally newbie, wanted to get into this particular thing? What sort of a thing can help me to get into this?
Sure. One question that you asked, and I will be very open to answer that, is see, if you compare your journey and to be journey to get
Hmm.
into IT, I will not say it will come as a bed of roses for you.
Okay.
If I compare it with person who is from IT background, or who is a computer science person or an engineer, if I would say,
Mm-hmm.
so comparatively, the journey might be easier for that person, and it might be comparatively tougher for you because
Mm-hmm.
learning from the scratch is comparatively tougher. But yeah, I think at the end of the day, what matters is what your journey will look like will depend on how much you are giving into that.
All
And
right.
currently, there are a lot of websites. Specifically, LinkedIn is one website that I promote a lot. The reason being,
Okay.
firstly, in terms of job opportunities, you see all the companies that have openings, all the job roles that have opening, there are a lot of facilities like creating alerts and all of these things, so that you don't have to waste your time in researching what company should I go for, what are the openings and all of these things. You can directly go and apply.
Yeah.
Other websites like Naukri.com, InstaHire, Hireit, there are multiple good websites which I also used while I was preparing for good companies. So these are few websites that anyone can to find for the openings and apply. But before that, one thing I wanted to point out is this journey of preparation for a company, making your resume, and
Mm-hmm.
then applying and then interviewing is a four-step process. So my suggestion would be people do skip two processes out of these four steps. One is focusing on your resume
Mm-hmm.
and focusing on your interview skills as well. So always make this as a four-step process. Prepare well, make your hard skills, soft skills good so that you can appear for interviews. Do work on your resume part as well, because
Mm-hmm.
that plays a very important role to get you an interview call.
Mm-hmm.
And last is how well you can present your skills to the interviewer. So that
All right.
these do focus on all of these skills.
All right. Thank you. Thank you for your answers. That was really very very helpful to understand, guys. I have some few pointers to tell you, that the way she said about how much it is important for a CV building and everything. Just to let you know, guys, the HR people use ATS, right? Whenever they post anything, they have a thousands of applications and they cannot shortlist everybody and look at everybody's CV. So CV building strategy is very much important. If those right keyword is there in your CV, then ATS will track those keywords and you will be shortlisted for sure, right? So CV building is not a common thing where you can just prepare on a slide on your MS Word and with the fancy pictures and get the thing done. No, the small secret I will tell you: read the job description very properly, see what HR exactly posted in terms of tool, and try to copy the same tool in your CV. Maybe you can get a chance. I just got this information from one of the YouTube podcasts, so I just like I'm just sharing. But there's too many things are involved. For that, you need mentoring. For that, you need help from your seniors. For that, you need somebody like who is Shailja and already working. She can help because she has her own experience. Shailja, did you got the shortlisting, the invite of interview in just first attempt, or like how many attempts you tried?
Actually, this thing, Amit, like I was initially when I started my preparation, I was familiar with this ATS concept very well.
Okay.
So I made sure, and I was very lucky to have a very good mentors also who
Mm-hmm.
helped me in this part, that your resume is a reflection of you. So make
Okay.
sure that that is the best that you can present. And this
All
part, I
right.
totally agree with you,
Mm-hmm.
that do go and see the job description part very well. Pick the keywords, at least not 100% obviously, because no one can have all those skills which are required, but at least if 50-60% of what skills you have on your resume
Mm-hmm.
matches with the exact keyword which is required by the companies, there are chances, it is not for sure 100% surety is not there, but the chances
Mm-hmm.
for getting an interview call increases very much. And I guess that was one of my strategies that I used. So I was
Mm-hmm.
able to get calls. People say that you don't get call from fangam companies, but I was very lucky to get call from all of these fangam companies at one
Mm-hmm.
go because of these strategies that I used.
All right. Perfect. Perfect. That's really great. That's really great. So, guys, I'll just remind you all that we are still into the contest. You can still have, if you haven't registered over here to win this free 6 months course of a data analyst from Coding Invaders, you can check out the comment sections. You will find the link in the top and you can go and register yourself and get a chance to win, because in just after 20-30 minutes I'll announce the winner in front of you, and the people will get the participation certificate as well, because we value your time. And in just 10 minutes I'm going to start the Q&A sessions. Moving ahead, I'll just wait for a few seconds. Go, guys. Comment, just go and enter your details over here and come back, join us over here. The link is into the comment sections, the chat sections. You can just go, drop your details. You might be the right person who win this. Okay. Now, moving ahead with the practical part, where now, guys, I have some situations and I have one question with you all to see how exactly you think that is going to be working. After this particular question, we will start with the Q&A session. So just one question to everybody, that let's suppose you work with a large multinational company like a multinational bank, and which provides a various banking services like mobile banks, internet banks, debit card, credit card to its customer. and bank wants to reward its loyal customer with a gift voucher with some amount. How will you identify the loyal customers? With the help of data analytics, how will you identify? Now, I'm just waiting for uh, comment section that what do you think, on what basis, like on a civil score, or what exactly, this is a hint, on what basis they will identify the loyal customers. Guys, you can just comment down your opinion. Might be you will be the right person to win the course also. So I would highly appreciate if you have any answers, even if the silliest one. You can just comment down, let me see that what do you think, that how we can find the loyal customers. Some of them, like the Danish has said, with the help of SQL, and some on Rajiv Jha has said transaction basis. And okay, seems that people are already very much into these things and they have already started. And that's how the beginning starts into the data analyst. If you are into the key pointers, if you have an idea, salary to spending ratio, I mean, like, wow, like at the time when I was totally new, I was not even thinking that level, but people at this level are, wow, very calculative. Sibyl score with the help of SQL, previous transaction and Sibyl score. That's perfect. That's perfect. I'm quite very happy with this. Sibyl score will be the right answer to go ahead. Yes, well, coming to the technicalities, I'll give it to you answer at the end for sure. I'm happy with the answers, guys. So yeah, so in this coding invaders, guys, I want to tell you that I know that looking at your comments and everything, we would love to solve everything, the questions that you have. And for that, what we do over here is we give us sessions every week, which is required. The sessions is something which actually helps people to learn from scratch and ask the silliest questions and get the doubts cleared. All right. So at the Coding Invaders, we believe in one-on-one mentoring and handpicking people's it out and solving upfront right there and there, and that's how people get a chance to win. All right. Moving ahead, so, guys, we are very close to end this contest. I'm sure that you guys have already registered. And just to let you know that we are conducting this masterclass in a support of data analytics course from Coding Invaders, and we are going to start the batch just in on 18th of September. That is tomorrow, and you guys have a chance to win this, and you guys have a chance to get it into the scholarship as well. You guys have a chance to get it into the fee waiver as well. So please check out the comment section and enter your details, and our counselors will be reaching out to solve your problem, and they will even help you with interact with the alumni to get the things done. All right, moving ahead, just to let you know, this course is of 6 months, and we deal with all the industry experts who are from Amazon, Philips, Fractal Analytics, wow, Infosys, Delights, and yes, we have a job guarantee program, so you will be getting an agreement and before joining, so that everything you can read, and you have to just commit 1.5 hours daily basis to get the things done. And yes, we are teaching all the in-demand tools to required to crack it, that is Google Sheet, SQL, Power BI, Python, and statistics. Only these things are required to get into IT. Rest, you are sufficient enough to go ahead, guys. We will not like, we are not like, giving you a whole bunch of thing to, or like, the burden yourself. Just we are teaching those things which is required. Rest, you are alone sufficient to do everything. So we are just the first step that will push you to get into IT. Moving ahead, so as I can say that we are still into the contest, I will just wait for 30 seconds. Probably Shailja, you can have a glass of water, and I will wait for everybody. Like, if you want to enter your details in the chat sections, you can enter. I will wait, and if you have not done yet, you can do it accordingly. Okay. Moving ahead. So now I'm going to start the Q&A session, guys. So I will wait everybody that to put all your questions first of all, and see exactly that I will just wait for all the questions, and then I will choose the best question and ask to the Salcha. Meanwhile, guys, still the link is into the chat. Please enter your details and be a part of the contest. I will not remind again and again. Probably you will be the one who will be winning this particular courses for free. So I'm waiting for the questions, guys. We are going to start the Q&A part, and after that, we will we are done with the Q&A session, and Shailja will be also enjoying the weekend for sure after the Q&A. So I'm just waiting for the question, guys. So one question I got, let me pick up. There's one question from the Sachin. I'm currently learning Python, SQL, Tableau. I am 28-year-old and I quit my job at Amazon where I worked as a risk compliance. My background is in finance. I'm focused on jumping to IT career. My pass out year is 2017. So I'm wondering if you could give me some insight on what should I focus on, and would it be too difficult for me since my background is different and my age comes into a picture as well as my pass out year? So too many things are just like damn very serious about his situation. So Shailja, please go ahead and help this guy out.
Sure, sure. So, Sachin, before answering to the technical aspect, one thing that I wanted to mention here is a lot of people come with a lot of gaps also. So age and your pass out year and all of these things, maybe I'm not saying that will not matter a lot. That if you check the JD, a lot of companies ask for this thing, that you have to have this much years of experience and all of these things. So that, consider that into picture before applying for a job. But don't focus and don't let that stop you, because I see you're already learning a lot of things and you very much like you desire to get into IT and make a career in this. So do not focus on that your age and your passing year doesn't match and all of these things. Like I said, a lot of people even come from a big career gap and make good in the industry. This industry is very 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 welcoming. So don't say think that that will stop you. But yeah, answering to your question, that you're already learning Python, SQL, and Tableau, you're already on the very right path. I would say start with very very good basics. And if you're learning Tableau, I would say don't learn only Tableau. Focus on data visualization as a concept. Include Python data visualization also. And once you think that you are good in terms of learning of Python, SQL, Tableau, data visualization, one good suggestion for me from my side would be try to have projects or a hands-on which you can add in your resume, because seeing your experience, you're not a fresher. So companies do expect in the interviews that show what you have done. So when you have projects which you can attach in your resume, it adds a sense of validation to what you are saying, that okay, I know Python, I know SQL, I know Tableau, but not only I know, I have made something also. So yeah, that is one suggestion that I have for you. Otherwise, you're good. Don't feel underconfident because of any of the age or gap as a reason.
All right, got it. So the gap also works. We can do it, and that's fine. I'm really, really happy with the kind of answers we have received. Moving ahead with another question. Uh, Now, I'm picking the question of from Sharath. I am a mechanical engineer with 9 years of experience in product design and marketing. I was disappointed when I inquired few institutions that I can't pursue, nor get into real-time environment. Can I get into data engineering domain at this stage?
Surely, like I call it out, right? Data as a domain is very, very welcoming. What
Mm-hmm.
I feel and what I suggest everyone,
Mm-hmm.
there are only two requirements. That is
Mm-hmm.
not the age, that is not the passing year, that is not anything. These
Mm-hmm.
are, have the skills, prove that in your interview using your work experience, in terms of either you have work experience, either
Mm-hmm.
you have projects which work as a work experience.
Mm-hmm.
So it's always a two-step process to get into data engineering. Data engineering, I can specifically talk about because I come from that domain, is a very welcoming domain. You need to focus on Python, you need to focus on Spark, you need to focus on SQL, you need to focus on distributed computing.
Mm-hmm.
And all of these concepts are like something that you need to focus on and very good at that.
Mm-hmm.
And once you're done with that, add a few very good projects which covers all of these skills, and then you're good.
That's nice. That's nice. So, as I can just summarize the kind of questions I'm getting, so people are quite worried about their qualification. Okay. So, can I declare on this particular webinar, can I just announce only graduation is required, irrespective of whatever field you are? Am I correct?
Totally, totally
Okay.
agreed.
So, guys, wherever, from whichever background you are, if you are graduate, that is totally fine because, correct me if I'm wrong, Selja, graduation is just a kind of eligibility to get into a interview application, right? All right.
Totally right.
Now, one more important question. People have a doubt in their head while I interact with them, and I can see in the comment section. People say that, see, if I am already, let's suppose, if I'm at the package of 6 lakh per annum, okay, and I am into different job, okay, now I want to come into data analyst. Now will my experience will be considered, or I will be joining as, or I will be joining as a fresher, or will my experience can be considered to get a salary hike?
See, these are two separate parts. I would talk about each of them. First of
Mm-hmm.
all, see, you're currently earning in a different domain. That's right,
Mm-hmm.
right? And you want to switch into data. And
Mm-hmm.
obviously,
Mm-hmm.
you will be joining as a fresher. This is
Mm-hmm.
one thing that you surely need to keep in mind. Your
Mm-hmm.
previous work experience is not in data domain. It's
Mm-hmm.
like I'm currently working as a teacher, I want to become a scientist. Will my years of experience as a teacher work as a scientist? Maybe if it's exactly the same, it will be. But your
Mm-hmm.
previous work experience will be counted. I'm not saying it will be eradicated because you
Okay.
have a work experience. You know work ethic. You know work ethics. You know
Mm-hmm.
how to work in a team. You have built your
Mm-hmm.
soft skills. You know how to work in an IT or non-IT even. So you have
Mm-hmm.
all these skills. But are those skills relevant to your particular job role that you're applying for? If no, then don't expect that particular experience to be okay. Like I've worked for 4 years in a different domain. Now I'm applying for a data analyst or a data engineering role, which requires 5 years of experience. This
All right.
doesn't align with that. You are a fresher because you are now making your career in data. Your previous experience was not in data domain. From
All
salary
right.
hike, I think from that perspective, there are two things that matters a lot. What salary you will be given. First of all, the company you are applying for, the role you are applying for, and the level you are applying for. So these things are automatically, the company has a range for that they will give you this a salary between this range.
Okay.
How is that number decided? Is how well you perform in your interviews. So how well you are able to communicate your skills, your salary band gets decided accordingly.
So one thing I understood, guys, there is one person who have asked, how can I crack? I'm sure, Shailja, you must be getting a question, and people must be nodding at you. Okay, you're working at Microsoft, so must be more than 40 or must be more than 50 lakh or something. So people generally have a question that what should I do to crack 20 lakh package? What should I do to crack 30 lakh package? So am I correct, which I understood with your particular answers, that every organization have their budget? It's us who have to perform well and grab the package. There is a high chances, which I understood, that if company is able to pay us 50 lakhs, but if my interview is not so impressive, maybe I will be able to fetch only 15 lakh, only 10 lakh. Is it
True.
correct?
Totally, totally. You might prove yourself suitable for a role, but it is likely very tough to prove yourself for a particular range of salary.
Mm-hmm.
So, the level of performance that you show in your interview totally decides your selection, and more than that, it decides what will be your pay for that particular company.
All right. Thank you. Thank you so much. The last question I have, and that is very much important for everybody. Generally, people have asked, what are the age limitations to get into these professions? The age limit. You can see people who are 38 years old, a lot of people. So you can just tell us the reality, that is there any age restrictions or anything where people can think about?
I think for that part, I don't have experience in that age part. But what I see currently is
Mm-hmm.
I give you an example, right? That one of my peers joined after 15 years from serving in a different domain and then joining data as a field, and he's doing pretty good. So I think if that would have been a big restriction, then the story wouldn't have been the same. Another story is from a person who is a veteran and now is now working at managerial role and managing that very well after serving a lot many years in a very different domain. So I
Mm-hmm.
think it is not a blocker until you think it in that way. It
Mm-hmm.
might be not easy for people to come from a very different domain and learning. I heard it very recently that a public servant in a state
Mm-hmm.
of India is now learning coding because that is the new trend and he wants to make a career out of that.
Mm-hmm.
So there are a lot of examples which you can see that age is not a barrier, not a limitation.
Mm-hmm.
I it may be possible. I'm not removing the consideration that my few companies might not be that reluctant. I
Mm-hmm.
might be reluctant that okay, no, we don't need this particular above this particular age or below this particular age.
Mm-hmm.
But apart from that, I think it's not a blocker. and
Mm,
it's not as such as a restriction. There are multiple examples to showcase that.
all right. As she said that she has a colleague who's joined 15 years. So somewhere, if I calculate, must be he's touching 35 years or 40 years. I'm sure. So it's a quite pretty logical way to think that yes, it is possible. So there's no specific you can say. You can definitely try. And to be very honest, there's millions of job guys. You can do it. All right. Thank you. Thank you for the answer, Shailja. And we are very happy that you joined us. And we are very glad that we have addressed all the questions. Guys, stay here. You can still post the questions. I will be answering everything and I will make sure you'll get all the answers. But I guess now the Shailja is running out of time and we are very happy. You can just say thanks to her in the chat section, and she's available on the LinkedIn as well. If you want, you can go and connect with her and see that what exactly her Microsoft journey is happening right now, and you can get inspired and you can think about it. Thank you so much, Shailja, for joining us. We are very glad. We have also pinned the the LinkedIn profile of Shailja. You can just directly go and probably like she will not be able to answer everything, but she will for sure try best to answer everybody and help everybody. Thank you, Shailja, for joining us. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ahmed, for having me here. It was very nice to answer all of these questions. I hope I was able to help.
Yeah, thank you so much, guys. So
Thank you.
moving ahead, I know that we are still into the contest, and I know everybody is so much excited. Yes, we have to announce the winner of this particular course, and the time has come. So I will be telling you everybody who will be the lucky one. So for sure, so how to win this course? Now, the only thing which I am telling you since the beginning, I'll wait for a few more seconds, guys. I know people are joining in and lefting the webinar. You can see the comment sections. There is a link mentioned. You have to go and you have to enter your details, and then I'll refresh my list and I'll announce the winner in front of you all. All right. And yes, I'll just wait for a few seconds, guys, and I'll just announce the winner for sure. So moving ahead, as I wanted to see once again that few people have joined again. So you must be having a reason that you wanted to earn money, you wanted to work remotely, or you want to get into IT. That's perfect. I hope you have got the answer for all these questions. Even the best part is the digits that we have entered about the 5 lakh, 7 lakh, 13 lakh. Our guests were saying that we can even get it more. So I guess this was quite very helpful for you all. You can see the way we are helping all non-IT people to get into IT. People are very loving this, and they are putting everything on social media, and it is coming on top. I have some screenshot with you where you can see that how exactly from which background people from sales, from regional managers are coming into this, because this is future. Come on, like this is future. So you have all these things on your way, and I'm just showcasing how people are enjoying and they're loving what, like after the pandemic things have really changed well. So that's all. So that's why people are enjoying their new professions. So I'll just give you some idea about our alumni. Here is Mr. Mitawa Chaudhary. So he was a program manager, now he's into data analyst. So he switched. Now he got from 5 lakh to 8 lakh, and he was quite very serious about the modules that we were teaching. He implemented. Don't forget, Selja told us that we have to keep learning and we have to keep practically implementing. So there's a lot of people who enroll for our courses, but the most important thing are the one who wins are the one who practice a lot and keeps learning. It's not all about just enrolling in things, right? It's about practically implementing it, and it only requires it only requires to it only requires to what we say, it only requires to 1 on 1 5 hours daily, because probably on Instagram we give 2 hours daily basis, right? So if we are giving this, definitely you can do it. Moving ahead, I'll show you another example. Rama, she was a senior merchandiser, 11 year of experience, and she got 77% salary hike. That was really amazing. Did you see, like after 11 years she got her dream job and she is living a healthy life? Now if I'll do, this is one of my favorite one. This guy is fresher, and he started his career with 5 lakh packages easily. No, nothing, no knowledge, nothing. He got into courses, got the right mentoring. Now I can tell you guys, after 5 or 6 years, you can just see this guy with more than 20 or 30 or 40 lakhs of packages. because he just got into the right place at the right time. Because this is the only time where people are having a lot of vacancies. Trust me, guys, I am reading the articles and looking at interacting with the HRs. They are actually aggressively searching for a skilled people in this profession. But the problem is we are having a like the candidates are having a lot of pre-assumptions that it is tough coding things. So that's why they're losing the opportunity, and these things won't come again and again. So you need to be thinking about it. Coming to another part is another alumni got 67% salary hike. Wow. You can see another Shashank Mishra from 0 to 5 lakh. That's nice. Alumni joined this organization. So we have more than 300 plus hiring partners with us. So no need to worry about. And yes, guys, I know that you guys are excited about the courses and everything. Stay tuned. Stay tuned. I'll announce the winner for sure. Stay tuned. Whoever will be staying tuned till the end definitely will be the one. Okay. So what you will get after the courses. So here, what we have implemented. So we will have implemented a 10 real business cases. Why business cases are required? So that you should not like, while giving an interview, you can showcase what you have already. You have a teamwork experience, you have all tools experience, so that you can justify your worth that yes, I have already worked with the real business case studies and I can justify my worth equivalent to the experienced people. So you will not feel like I'm a totally fresher whether I would be selected or not. For that you need those sort of business cases that can justify your worth for sure. So now I just like generally I have interacted with a lot of people. People think that it's really very tough to find out time and get into this, but trust me, guys, it's really very easy. Because it is very easy to manage time. If you are just giving 1 hour, you can probably do it for sure. Because the education format I have made in a very in that way where the who is working professional, even if you're a working professional, you can figure out time in the night and you can just log in, and there's a one-on-one mentorings available. The Slack channels are available, so whenever you are available you can interact with the mentors and get the things done. And if you are missing the live sessions, you have the recorded one also available, right? So for a working professional, 1 hour is required, and for even a student, it's only 1 hour is required. So it's a flexible thing. It's a blend of recorded and the live. So even if you are missing some lectures, still it is with you. Moving ahead with the projects, it is very much required. The project is very much required to crack the things. Now, coming to the faculty part, you can see that our faculties are from Fractal Analytics Z5, VP Data Science Gunjan Shrivastava, and a lot more from Onjail and Chuet, and lot other people. Infosys people and lot other people have joined. So these are the people, uh, you know, these are the people are actually designing the whole course, and they have actually planned everything, so they know what exactly it is required to have somebody, and they have made the course in such a way which is sufficient for you to go ahead. Okay, so we have interacted with a lot of HRs. We have got to know what is required. One thing I have told you guys, ATS is very much important to shortlist your CV. So for that, you need to learn the CV building things. And in Coding Invaders, we also provide a career, session where you will learn all this. Because we don't only teach these technical tools, we also provide soft skill things and career assistance, and that will surely help you to grow for sure. That's done. We have already gone through this particular salary part. Okay, so yeah, in this particular whole webinars and the whole course, you will be getting all these facilities like the job ready skills, CV building, and lot many feedbacks and lot many sessions from the industrial expert that will boost you to grow for sure. All right, moving ahead. As you know that what exactly it is required, Shailja have already informed that it is the mock interviews, the CV building, LinkedIn enhancing is very much important to get into the spotlight with to get into a spotlight and get attention from an HR. Okay, that's an important thing. Moving ahead, so how much could all this cost and what do you think? So now this is very interesting part, guys. I'll tell you. So this is a very important thing, because you will understand that in this particular contest, I'm again saying in the comment section, there is a link available. You can register. I'll tell you the price of this whole cost because we have implemented all the industrial expert and everything. So you can just go and see that how effectively we have designed. And I'm going to tell you that how much it all cost and how much you can exactly get a chance to win this for free. So the course price is actually this much, but don't worry. 11,490 per month for a 12 months EMI. But moving ahead, we in this particular webinar, whoever have registered in that link, we are also offering them a 36% fee waiver for sure. So all the people, you have these things available whenever you will plan, you can avail these things. You can say to the counselors that yes, you have this particular opportunity because you have attended, you are into this particular contest, so you can avail this 36% offer for sure, the kind of fee waiver. All right, now if you are into this, let's suppose if you are not the winner but still you can pay this much and get into this course of a job guarantee batch, to be very honest. So the it will be like 7,290 per month. Moving ahead, there's a lot of EMI programs. Okay, we are from our side giving the interest from your end. It's all up to you how you are taking your decision and moving ahead. So yeah, no interest is involved, no fees for the opening. So we will be paying interest for you. All you need to handle the monthly fees. All right, moving ahead. So we are now going to announce the winner. Okay, today's contest. So I hope you guys have not you have registered properly, that what exactly the link has been given. You have gone to the link, you have registered your name, because I'm now going to refresh my sheet and see exactly who are the winners, and I'll share my screen and I'll do the random selection, and you will be the winner for sure. So I'll just take a pause for third 10 second or 20-second. Please guys, go to the chat options, just click and enter your details, because in just few minutes I'm going to announce the winner. Once you will click this particular link, you will get this particular page. You have to register accordingly. Okay, so taking a 10-second time. Okay, now I'll just check how many people are there in my list, and I'll just share my screen and I'll sort this out for you all. All right, so how many people have registered? Let me check. Guys, I'm still saying that I am going to announce. So if you haven't registered, please register. I'm waiting. The numbers are increasing because in just 2 minutes, in just 20 or 30 seconds, I'm going to announce the things. Please fill your details. Come back. I'm waiting because we are going to end this webinar at 7:30. We still have a 7 minutes. Please, the numbers are increasing. I don't want you all that if you have even joined at the end, you can also like win the game, because I'm randomly going to pick anybody. Please enter the numbers and get the things done. So I can still see the numbers are increasing. Hurry up, guys. So people have, even Pankaj is very excited. He even registered his email ID on the chat options. Okay. Prem is also very much excited. Random selection crazy guy. Hi, Abu. Yes, we are crazy. We are giving it for free. Yeah, but still, like, we respect your time, guys. So we have to give you the value, and we want that you should win this. That's why the people who are staying here till the end will be getting the participation certificate as well, and also you'll be getting that fee waiver options of 36% as well. So it was like I was reading all the comments, guys, and I liked it where uh, Ashish is saying, "Just announce the winner, man." I saw that how like how exactly you are excited and you're getting frustrated to know the winner. I don't know whether you're liking the webinar or not, but you are like waiting for the just winner and just log out. I know what exactly is going in the mind. So yeah, so I can see the numbers are increasing, so I'll just count down: 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now it's done. So I'm going to share my screen and I'll just find the needful. Who is the winner? All right. So I'll show my entire screen and yep. So I'll just see the sheets. Total 368 people are there. Let me find the person. 368. 368. Oh my God. Are you guys excited? One, two, and three. So the random number is 356. Let's see who is at 356. So I'll just scroll down and I'll just see 356 is Abhishek, and Abhishek 798262. Abhishek 356. I'm just marking him. So you are the winner, Abhishek. I hope that you're excited. Abhishek, are you still into this particular webinar? Can you just say hi to everybody if you're into the webinar? You are the winner. So Abhishek has won this particular free courses. uh, wow, Abhishek is so excited. I guess Abhishek is like the one who wanted to win it. Abhishek, we are very happy. Sooner, our counselor will contact you, and you will be getting this particular courses for free. So be very attentive. Tomorrow, our counselor will call you and will enroll you for the batch. And to all the people who have wait or like who have stayed here till the end, they are going to get the participation certificate. And also, just because you guys have given the time over here, so you are still eligible for a 36% fee waiver benefit in our job guarantee batch, which is going to start from tomorrow. You can your details are over here, so you can just interact with the counselor, ask so many questions, and take a right decision for your career. And even if you have a lot of the questions, guys, please interact with the people and get the things done. All right. So winner is Abhishek. All the best. Our team will interact with you tomorrow, and we are very happy to onboard you over here. All right. So, guys, I hope you enjoyed this particular webinar. Please go to the mouthshare.com, g2.com, and drop your reviews. And to be very honest, guys, we keep on doing the webinar every week, and we are implementing another webinar on the 30th, on the 23rd. So stay tuned with us, right? You will be getting a chance to win other courses as well. So we are doing on a regular basis. Even if you can set up a reminders, our next webinar is coming in the next week for sure, so you can join us again and get a chance to win. And we are going to bring another guest. So if you have any guest name in your mind, you can just comment down the guest name. I will bring that guest in the free webinar and you can ask questions for sure. Moving ahead, thank you all. Thank you all for your time. I hope you have enjoyed the webinar. I am just saying bye to you all, and we have your details. If you have questions, our counselor will be reaching out to you tomorrow and will be helping you with all the courses details. You can even say that you have attended the webinar, so you will get a chance to get a fee waiver. You will be getting the participation certificate, and also our winner will get onboarded tomorrow. So thanks everybody. Thank you for your time. See you in the next webinar, which is going to happen next week. And we are going to bring another guest. And again, saying if you have anybody, any best guest, if you wanted to interact with them, just comment down the guest name. I'll reach out to them and bring it over here. Thank you. Thank you for your time, guys. See you. Have a great day. Please take a right decision for your right career. Have a nice day.